الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you so much. Professor Rafiq Kanani, thank you so much for recitation of Holy Quran. We are highly obliged. We have a very legend speaker today, Dr. Uzma Pirzada. She is experts in dermatology, but also she has a expertise in this vaccine. And very important talk. Yesterday, I came to know in Institute of Public Health. Professor Saibid Sir Afzal. This webinar is very short introduction to Dr. Uzma for you. We started this in 21 with the help of and the collaboration of Professor Salma Kundi. And now we are almost 160 webinar. No doubt it is not regular. कभी कभी इसमें gap आ जाता है. Anyhow, we put the very important information from since now after fortnightly. And with collaboration of Women Medical College, South Asian Association of Physiologists, Pakistan Physiology Society, Pakistan Association of Pathologists, Medical Women Association of Pakistan. And at the end of each and every webinar, we give the certificate to the participants. And after that, the recording is available. No doubt there were some gaps in putting the recording on the Women Medical College and on my website, but regularly we are now putting and we are updating it. And over to you, Dr. Uzma.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mulazim, for giving me this opportunity, and a very good morning to all the esteemed and honorable seniors, professors, consultants, doctors from different parts of Pakistan. And I'm truly honored to be a part of this webinar today. And I'm going to talk about my little introduction, which I did with some of you in the beginning. I'm from Karachi. Right now, I am in Lahore because yesterday I had a meeting at IPH with Professor Saira Afzal and the team. And the thing is, I am a practicing consultant dermatologist over there in Karachi, and I am affiliated with GSK as their head of sales and vaccine, and I'm in their internal speaker as well. So, moving on, let me take you towards. Let me move the slide. Yeah. So, why do adults need vaccination? So, being a dermatologist, we see a lot of patients with shingles and all that. So the talk today will be based on the vaccination program, adult vaccination landscape in Pakistan, and what are we doing, what can we do to create the awareness, and how important it is to immunize adults. So as you can see on the screen that there is an effect of immunity and there is an age related decline. There are two extremes in life. One is when the child is born, the newborn. So what we do, our pediatric immunization program is very well established because we focus on it. It's a part of the EPI and a lot of other things. Then as the life moves on, we move up, we go, we age, we have certain comorbidities. So, and there is immunosenescence. So, due to these comorbidities and immunosenescence, there is a risk of infections and diseases and decline in immunity. Both genetic and environmental factors play a role, and the aging population also need the vaccination, available vaccinations for the vaccine preventable diseases to protect them from diseases and falling ill and reduce the economic and financial burden. So, aging immune system, it is age related decline. It could be due to underlying comorbidities, treatment which is being done for these underlying comorbidities. And the top 5 prevalent comorbidities in Pakistan: hypertension, diabetes. We are number 1 in diabetes now, CVD, asthma, and chronic kidney disease. These diseases increase the risk of hospitalization with multiple underlying factors, and it puts a lot of burden on the government as well. The areas, the provinces which are, providing facilities, health facilities, for example, in Punjab, say Sahulat Card, and I think in KPK, it's also being taken care for the population. So it's a lot of burden, economic burden on the state and the pocket of people of Pakistan as well. So in order to that, we need to pay attention and focus. Now, a study, a market survey was done in Pakistan in 2023, and the results were published in May 2024. A detailed finding was that how many people, what is the knowledge of Pakistani population about herpes zoster? And the funny part I would say is that there is no Urdu word or any word in Pakistan ki, जो हमारी languages हैं उसमें for shingles or herpes zoster. There is no translation for it. So people are not aware. Only 20% population are aware of it, be it from the higher socioeconomic group or lower middle income group. And some of them, they think that they are at a higher risk of shingles, only 16%. And some of them think that they're not interested in knowing about the vaccine, and some of them think that they will not have the disease. Most of the people, they expect their HCPs and treating physicians to initiate the discussion, and but physicians would expect people to initiate the discussion, because ये कहते हैं doctors के patient is here with us to for their acute illness. So prevention is something which is not on our priority. A, B, it takes too much time in counseling the patients. So this thing is pushed under the rug by both HCPs and the patients. So impact of vaccination on public health. Vaccination saves an estimated 4 to 5 million lives globally every year. Vaccines are estimated to have averted more than 500 million cases of illnesses, and so on and so forth, including polio, measles, and the eradication of a smallpox vaccine. And reasons for under-vaccination is, as I discussed, lack of awareness of vaccine-preventable diseases, uncertainty about the vaccine safety. We have seen it a lot during the COVID era. COVID was a double-edged sword. At that point in time, the vaccines which were launched during that time were not very well tested, tried through different phases of the clinical trials, and they were just launched in, and so much chaos and panic was going on that people were getting the vaccine right, left, center. I hear some background noise.
Mic after some person is, please mute the mic. Dr. Masood. Dr. Masood, please mute the mic. Wadeed, please mute. Okay. I think some other person's mic is.
Yeah.
Xiaomi, some person from Xiaomi, I think.
वदीद सबको म्यूट करें बेटा.
Okay, Xiaomi professor.
Very well. I'm reading while the mic was being mute. I was looking at Dr. Hina's post. One of the reasons for low levels of awareness about any disease is Pakistan lack of robust primary care services provided by trained and qualified primary care. Absolutely too apt. So the cost, uncertainty about the disease safety, access and implementation issues. So these are the things which are, there are hurdle. Understanding shingles. I'm pretty sure you're all professors, and being a dermatologist, we see the patients very closely, but in general practice, internal medicine, infectious disease practice, doctors do see shingles other than dermatologists. They do land in the clinics of the primary care physicians. Again, there is someone is unmute. Nevertheless, I'll continue if there is no disturbance going on for the audience. So the primary infection is the varicella, which is the chickenpox. This virus gives chickenpox to us when we are children, and then it resides in the dorsal root ganglion, and it goes in hibernation for decades, for years. And once the body's immune system goes down and this virus is left unguarded, it comes out and becomes manifest in the manifestations of shingles disease. which is called herpes zoster. And it is unilateral dermatomal presentation होती है इसकी. It is very easy spot diagnosis. It's rare to miss this diagnosis. But yes, there is a condition which is called zoster sine herpeti, which is we just have the pain at the site of dermatome which is involved, but it does not have the vesicle. So there are heavy chances of missing the diagnosis. So we have come across cases where patients were worked up for cardiac issues, and they were done, kidney workup was done, keeping in mind that the patients are having either the kidney problem and all that. And then this is a natural course of the disease. I don't have to go through the basics, the prodromal phase and the acute phase, and so on and so forth. And the most important part is it can lead to other complications like stroke, bacterial superinfection, hearing loss, palsy, scarring, nerve damage. Post-herpetic neuralgia is the most common complication and a severe one, which we have seen in our practice daily, so on and so forth. It can last any time from 90 days, 3 months to 10 years. And patients are in agony, a very painful condition, and their quality of life is very badly impacted. And then if it is causing the HZO, herpes zoster ophthalmicus, eyes are involved, and it can lead to uveitis, keratitis, even the vision loss. So this I already mentioned that HZO is a very, 1 in 10 patients with herpes zoster ophthalmicus developed permanent to moderate or severe vision loss. If I may, this is a very important slide and I really love it. We have got females here on the call, and some of them must have gone through the labor pain, and we can see the pain scale here, the chronic pain condition and the acute pain condition. Shingles pain is higher than PHN's pain is higher than labor pain. So it says it all, how debilitating and frustrating and agonizing PHN could be, that its pain scale is higher than the labor pain. So moving on, patients with multiple comorbidities are associated with a higher risk of herpes zoster or shingles. So the risk of herpes zoster is higher in patient diabetes plus CVD 16 times, diabetes plus heart failure 25 times, COPD, diabetes mellitus 20 times, and COPD plus heart failure 25 times. So relevant risk of herpes zoster and shingles, and it's a vice versa. It's a bidirectional link. Patients who are having these underlying comorbidities, if they develop shingles, their underlying condition worsens. And if shingles happen to these patients, their condition worsens, and they, due to the decline in their already low immune system, they have more chances to develop shingles. Treatment challenges with HZ treatment बहुत commonly सुनने में मुझे भी आता है, भाई वैक्सीन क्यों लगाएं, ट्रीट कर देते हैं. एंटीवायरल्स का बहुत छोटा विंडो होता है स्टार्ट करने का. Being a dermatologist, we know that 72 hours when the patient reaches to you, you have to treat the rash onset with oral, high doses of oral antivirals. Acyclovir, famciclovir, valciclovir are available. Along with that, we have to give gabapentins and tricyclic antidepressants and those anti-anxiety and opioids at times to control the PHN, because PHN is very, very sort of debilitating. But I was delivering a talk on 8th of May in Islamabad, and it was a cardiovascular metabolic roundtable, and there were cardiologists, nephrologists, and endocrinologists there. And the professor of nephrology over there added this comment that these antivirals, which are given to patients with underlying chronic kidney diseases, can damage their kidneys, because that is the pathway of the metabolism. So this is how the treatment of the acute state hampers the current underlying condition and the ongoing therapy. According to CDC, what is the role of a physician in adult vaccination? Healthcare professionals are the most valued and trusted source of health information for adults. At time, whatever doctors say, patients do follow that. हमारे यहाँ थोड़ा सा compliance का problem आ जाता है. Even in dermatology, we have patients with immunosuppressive disorders and they are supposed to take the medication for longer periods of time. But compliance का issue आता है. जहाँ थोड़ा सा relief आया, वहीं पर patients will stop taking medication. So yes, at times they do ignore the recommendation of the HCPs, but yes, definitely it makes a lot of difference if a recommendation is very strong, with a strong conviction from the HCP. Now, these are the relationship between the comorbidities. I'm not going to go in a lot of details about this. You all know that these are different studies which were conducted, and prevalence for at least 2 chronic conditions with different age groups. And then in different comorbidities, this is the correlation: depression, asthma, DM, chronic kidney disease, cardiovascular. And there is further down that disease specific, fraternity specific, dermatology. In dermatology, we see patients of atopic, psoriasis, pemphigus, mycosis fungoides, rheumatoid, systemic sclerosis, cutaneous lupus, vitiligo, sarcoidosis. All these diseases require immunosuppressive therapy, and these immunosuppressive therapies are one of the reasons of the immune dysregulation and suppression of the cell-mediated immunity, suppression of the immune dysfunction, immune system of the body, leading to this alopecia areata. Same way, इसका तो जो है psychological and emotional बहुत ज़्यादा population के ऊपर impact होता है. You can imagine hair is being lost in patches from the scalp or from the body, so it's quite debilitating. Potential immune-mediated diseases, doctors who consider they should consider vaccinating their patients with herpes zoster. This is the incidence rate in the potential immune-mediated diseases. There are lots of chats coming in. I'm going to take them one by one if there are questions. Some risk of in patients with comorbidities. We saw it. Now here are the percentages. Impact of shingles on underlying disease. So diabetes, 24% of patients with previously well-controlled diabetes experience increased HbA1c levels following shingles. In cardiovascular diseases, 34% increase. In the odds of stroke events within 3 months of shingles, there is a bidirectional link because there is inflammation happening, and due to the vasculopathies, endothelial inflammation that this virus is causing, varicella zoster virus is causing, there is cardiac issues. There is increase in the odds of stroke events. Then 35% increase in the odds of myocardial infarction within 30 days of shingles. CKD again, 36% increase in subsequent end-stage kidney diseases in CKD patients who had shingles compared to those without it. So now corticosteroid use, as I mentioned in my previous slide. Then again, the risk factors here, again, moving on the cardiovascular, and it's a bidirectional, like it's a vicious cycle association of this disease. And now herpes zoster potentially increase the risk of events. These are the studies. I'm not going to go in detail. COPD again, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. These are different studies, meta-analysis, and these things, yeah. So these are multiple comorbidities studies, JAK inhibitors and herpes zoster risk. Rheumatologists use, dermatologists use it, and lots of internal medicine, infectious disease control, and lots of other conditions where these biologics are used. Now, very important studies which have been conducted called zoster efficacy in 50 plus and zoster efficacy in 70 plus. So study was designed, it's a randomized observer blind placebo-controlled multi-central study, and it was conducted in people 50 years plus and 70 plus age. And schedule is 2 doses administration, 2 months apart, and observed post-herpetic neuralgia in individuals. And this actual enrollment, and you can see the number and secondary endpoint. And where it was conducted, 18 countries were involved, and I can share the list of the countries with you later on as well. And this is the subject enrolled and efficacy against shingles and the PHN. This is the result that we get at the end of the study, which was 97.2%. Having this data is very commendable. Having 97.2% coverage after 2 doses of shingles in 50 plus and 91.3% immunity in a pre-specified pooled analysis in both these studies is age groups like this. And one more interesting thing is it reduces it also has efficacy against PHN in adults greater than 70 years of age, and 91% in 51. And the best part about this vaccine is a non-live vaccine. So non-live vaccines are recommended to be used in patients who are immunocompromised. For example, cancer patients, organ transplant patients, blood cancer patients, HIV patients, Hep B positive patients. So this is the beauty of this vaccine, that it is a non-live recombinant adjuvant vaccine, and the role of adjuvant is to enhance the efficacy, immunogenicity, and all that. So This vaccine has a long-lasting immune response against VZV. It targets the decline in VZV specific cellular immunity, which is associated with the risk of this, and it improves the immune response, and hence it is designed to be suitable for use in immunocompromised patient. A very technical slide it is. It's an antigen taking the glycoprotein E from the vaccine from the virus or from the infected area. An adjuvant system is composed of liposome, MPL, QS21 saponin, where this is adjuvant. And now it has been seen that non-adjuvanted formulation and adjuvanted formulation, what do they do? Adjuvanted formulation have earlier immune response, stronger and broader immune response, and long-term immune response as compared to non-adjuvanted. So this is how the design. So there is a synergistic effect. Antigen, which is a VZV, varicella zoster virus glycoprotein, elicits a specific immune response, and then adjuvant system ASO1B enhances the immune response to the vaccine antigen. So this is how it works. The antigen adjuvant system formula guides the immune system. So this is so on and so forth, where it is taken from the details and the manufacturing of the vaccine, how it does, the long term. So pretty technical sort of a thing about the vaccine composition and advantage of antigen adjuvant system, as I already mentioned. And what is the scientific rationale? So it's a non-live vaccine designed to address population-specific challenges. GE antigen is the most abundant VZV glycoprotein on the surface of both the virus and the infected cells. ASO1B, which is used as an adjuvant, induces a transient local inflammation response necessary for enhanced vaccine immune response. So an adjuvant vaccine formulation induces significantly higher immune responses. Now, indication and administration and dosage. So the therapeutic indications are if a vaccine is given, dose 1 is given 0 at the month 0, like say July 1st. Second dose will be due on 1st of September after 2 months, or any time in between 6 months duration. Second dose from 2 months between 6 months. 6 months is starting from the first dose, not from the second dose. This is for the normal population, but in immunocompromised population, which I'll focus right now, immunocompromised population, it is recommended to give the vaccine, you can give it a month apart, and then there are certain indications which I'm going to discuss in my slides moving forward. 1 in 3 people develop shingles in their lifetime. Shingles incidence has been increasing globally. Overall rate is this. In fact, Pakistan में हमारे पास data नहीं होता. We don't know that. Underreported cases होते हैं. When I was doing an advisory board in 2023, before the launch of this vaccine in Pakistan, it is approved by FDA in 2017, used in world. Saudi government has made it mandatory. It is a part of their MOH, Ministry of Health program. Same is the case in Dubai. IC patients, including those with rheumatic diseases, are at high risk of shingles, 1.5 to 2 times risk है उनका. And this is all the comorbidities and the immunosuppressive treatments impacting the IC population: monoclonal anti-TNF, biologics, and all those JAK inhibitors, interleukin-6 inhibitors, which we are using. This is how it has the odds on the patient. Very important slide. What happens in a post hoc analysis studies data that 43% of patients temporarily discontinued their rheumatoid arthritis treatment due to shingles. So this is 9% of patients reported permanent discontinuation of their RA treatment due to shingles because it was hampering with their immune system. Its effectiveness, this is a very good data, Epizoster, in specifically done on the rheumatoid arthritis population. There are lots of studies done on this vaccine. So in different population, in cardiac patients, in COPD patients, CKD patients, rheumatoid arthritis patients, and with these patients. And this is putting them at risk. Shingles pain can disrupt. And now, what ETSIO can do in observational study in ophthalmology closely: skin manifestations, palsy, stroke, very high incidence in AIDS, PHN is very high in adults, and then up to 40% of shingles cases in rheumatoid patients receiving biologic treatments are severe, and hematological malignancies. solid tumors, disseminated zoster is reported. These are the studies done. Zoster 002, zoster 039, zoster 041, zoster 028, zoster 015. On autologous hematopoietic stem cell transplant patient, post-transplantation trials, hematological malignancies, renal transplant patients, solid tumors, human immune deficiency virus. Data is available, immunogenicity, and as I mentioned earlier, dose timelines are month 0, 1 or 2. And HIV Kender, they have mentioned 3 doses. So, and I'll discuss it, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a question about the timing of this vaccine in organ transplant or patients who are supposed to receive the chemotherapy. What are the timings? So oncologists are the best people, or the surgeons are the best people to decide. But the guidelines and recommendations say that ideally both the doses should be completed before starting any immunosuppressive therapy or organ transplant. If it's not possible, then after 6 months, when the immune system is a bit stable, then this vaccine can be inoculated to the patient. So in IC population, it is recommended in 18 years and 18 year plus population. Normal जो है हमारा वो 50 plus. Every 50 plus, regardless of their underlying condition, regardless of their health status, regardless of their comorbidities, they are sitting on the virus, they're eligible for this vaccine. But 18 plus population and being immunocompromised, in this age group, it is recommended. And this is the post hoc vaccine efficacy of shingles in hematological malignancy. The data is right in front of you. So these are the phase 2 and 3 trials in immunocompromised population, where we have all the, malignancies and HIV also. So serious adverse events, you can ask what are the serious adverse events, as with all the other vaccines, and especially if you compare the normal population with the percentage of participants reporting in the IC population, they were similar between the placebo and the age group. So it combines, as I mentioned earlier, and efficacy, again showing it here by preventing this. And then there is a long-term follow-up study. So the last the trial LTFU started in 2014, so it has been around, it's in 2026 it completes 12 years. So according to this study, hence it's a very recent trial, 12 years old only. So I would say, so 6 years in a 6 years follow-up study, patients have immunity up till 11 years, and it was conducted in 18 countries, patients who have received 2 doses of the vaccine. So the immunity lasts any time up till 4 years duration of parent studies, up till 6 years of follow-up study till 11 years. So we have data which proves that this vaccine gives coverage or immunity up till 11 to 12 years. And more data is expected to come out very soon in coming months, which is estimated to have a coverage for up till 20 years. So it's a lasting immunity, and overall 11-year follow-up may 87.7% overall efficacy in participant 50 years up to 11 years. So the common established safety profile: pain, redness, swelling at the site of local inoculation, myalgia, fatigue, headache, shivering, fever, GI symptoms. And then this is the comparison of the side effects with the placebo in 50 and 70 plus. And key components of effective vaccine recommendation, that personal relevance is very, very important, and disease education is very, very important, which Dr. Mulazim has done today. Yesterday we also did it, vaccine benefits, focusing on the conversations around the benefits of protection while providing key safety information and definitive recommendation. So Pakistan में aging population is increasing. We see that कि हमारे यहाँ लोगों की एज अब बढ़ रही है. पहले जो शायद 62-65 होता था एज ग्रुप हमारा लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी हाईएस्ट, अब वी आर हैविंग मोर एजिंग पॉपुलेशन. विद एजिंग पॉपुलेशन there is more burden on the healthcare system, because there are underlying diseases as well associated due to immunosenescence and age-related decline in immunity. And to control that, we should focus on prevention, quality of life, improving quality of life of our patient, and we should discuss it with our patients being healthcare professionals, it is our duty. ACIP ने अपनी guidelines में जो Advisory Committee of Immunization है उसने they have mandated on every HCP that they should recommend adult vaccination to all the adults whom they are treating, because it is not only a pediatric sort of a priority, it should be a priority for adults as well. So this is how it goes, and 2 months after first dose, the immunity is a higher cellular response. It is 4 times higher after the second dose. And second dose के बाद what I've experienced in my patients and in the clinical setting में कि second dose के बाद side effects किसी को थोड़े से बढ़ जाते हैं, and what I have also experienced and seen in patients and the feedback that I've gathered through across the country where the vaccine is being used and inoculated in population के 60 plus को side effects थोड़े कम आते हैं, 50 plus को ज़्यादा आते हैं. We don't know the reason behind that क्या है. तो this is the storage and administration that it is recommended for adults 50 years of age or older and 18 years of age or older at increased risk of shingles. वही जो storage होता है कि this is stored in 2 to 8 degree Celsius temperature. And yesterday very interesting point came in, and I have also seen in my practice immunocompetent younger population suffering from shingles, but hence we don't have the data, we don't have any studies conducted on population which is immunocompetent and younger than 50 years. So कि उनको inoculate करेंगे ना करें. So let's see if the data comes in future. So maybe that population will also be eligible, because हमने कल भी discussion में किया और मैं यहाँ एक dermatology conference में आई हूँ लाहौर में. So यहाँ पर भी we were discussing yesterday that the youngest patient of shingles that our dermatologists, senior professors have seen are 6 years of age. इस age के भी बच्चे होते हैं. और data ये support करता है कि co-administration of Shingrix with the following vaccines: unadjuvanted inactivated seasonal vaccine of influenza, pneumococcal PCV13, pneumococcal PPV23, and DTPA. Obviously, in COVID-19 mRNA vaccine obviously should be done on the different sites. Preferably अगर different days पे कर लें तो और ही अच्छा होगा. So these are the current guidelines and recommendation for Shingrix, international ones. Rheumatoid arthritis, I'm not going to read out all the societies and associations names, but you can see how recent these recommendations are. All are after like 2020, 21, when it was FDA approved in 2017. Cancer Society, organ transplant, renal, HIV, multiple myelomas, RAs, SLE, and then the local guidelines. Local HCO endorsements aligned with CDC shingles vaccination recommendations. These are the associations in Pakistan who have strongly recommended endorsed that this vaccine should be a part of adult immunization program. So, and then there are other countries where there are society-specific, disease-specific recommendations. These are the countries who have recommended, their ministries, they've included it in their program: diabetes mellitus, kidney disease, and COPD, asthma. Gold 24 reports include the CDC recommendation for zoster vaccine to protect against this, age 20 years. And why it is important to protect your patient from shingles? It's a painful disease that can have severe and long-lasting complications. We have seen in a dermatology practice patients suffering from PHN for 10 years, and they need the opioids and those controlled, painkillers, which are so to control the pain, and it's very agonizing to see them. Who is at risk? Every 50 plus is sitting on that virus, and the risk increases sharply. Common comorbidities can also increase the risk. अच्छा, एक बड़ा अच्छा सवाल कल आया था कि why children who have received the chickenpox vaccine when they were kids, they are having shingles, और जिनको कभी भी chickenpox नहीं हुआ, how come they are having it? So the thing is that in our experience, we have seen that children who have received varicella vaccine, chickenpox vaccine के 2 doses जो live vaccine है बचपन में, there has been subclinical infection of chickenpox which went unreported.
Because they are live vaccine. Yes.
Yes, because that live vaccine and the immunity declines very fast. So they develop it, they themselves. मेरे पास जब 18 years, 22 years का मैं अभी कराची से जब 6 को निकली हूँ शाम को, तो my clinic was up till 11 o'clock रात को, because people knew मैं जा रही हूँ. I saw a 22-year-old young man, और प्रोटोकॉल मुझे ये कहती है कि आई शुड रन हिज लैब्स सो दैट टू चेक हिज इम्यून स्टेटस, कहीं गॉड फॉरबिड उसको एसटीडीज, HIV, हेप बी तो पॉजिटिव नहीं है, बट ही बिलोंग टू, मतलब मुझे लगा नहीं ऐसा होगा, बट मैंने उसको सारे टेस्ट एडवाइस कर दिए बिकॉज दिस इज द लीस्ट वी कैन डू टू फिगर आउट। ही केम एंड ही मैसेज मी कि आपने मुझे जो गाबा पेंटिन दी है 100 mg, मुझे उससे भी एक्सक्रूशिएटिंग पेन है, आई हैड टू डबल हिज डोज। मैंने कहा यू कैन डबल योर डोज नाउ, कीप ऑन स्लीपिंग द होल डे। So now how you can protect, because Shingrix demonstrated up to 97% efficacy against shingles in adults 50 years and above, and how you can confidently recommend that it explains the shingles के एक 1 to 2 months apart है। Conclusion यही है कि हमारे यहाँ acceptance of vaccine varies among the members of public. माशाल्लाह से I'm मतलब honored to have Dr. Salma Kundi, who is sitting at such a I'm the authoritative position, and very critical role she has to play in this, mashallah se. And HCP plays a central role as well. Policy makers, basic tips of communication with individuals or parents. I also have challenges in counseling my patients in my daily practice. I have strong conviction of shingles, vaccine, disease, sari cheezein, we see it every day. And there should be strategies to build the conversation. Trust will build over time, brick by brick. So कल IPH में प्रोफेसर सायरा अफजल ने, डॉक्टर मुलाजिम ने एक फर्स्ट रखी ब्रिक, आज उसका सेकंड पार्ट था। और sorry, so if you want me I can play this video, otherwise I'll pause here.
श्योर नहीं वीडियो दें, बड़ा अच्छी वीडियो थी आपकी।
वीडियो चलाऊं मैं? Okay,
हाँ वीडियो
good.
चला, बहुत अच्छी वीडियो।
Can you hear the sounds in the video?
यस वे आर हियरिंग।
Good. One vial. One vial of syringe and sterile needle. After the aspiration.
आवाज जरा नहीं आ रही, बाकी डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन हो रही है।
अच्छा, that's what I was asking. आवाज आ रही है वीडियो की?
कहीं टूट के आती है।
अच्छा, ओके।
डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन इज ओके, आप साथ साथ बताती जाए ना इसको, ताकि
जी
ये प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द वैक्सीन फॉर द इंजेक्शन।
या मैं इसको, ये वीडियो एंड होता है तो उसके बाद I'll just
give the summary and overview of the whole video. That's enough.
ओके डॉक्टर आरका।
मैं आपको पूरा डेमोन्स्ट्रेट कर दूंगी, वर्बलाइज। थैंक यू एवरीवन। अब मैं आपको थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन।
ये इसको जरा अनशेयर करें। अब क्वेश्चन आंसर से पहले हमारे दरमियान प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर वजिया रिजवान, प्रेसिडेंट वुमेन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन मौजूद हैं।
एक्सीलेंट।
वो इस वक्त बड़े जल्दी होगी, शी विल बी इन सियालकोट। मुझे इनसे ये इधर थोड़ा सा कमेंट लेना है, क्योंकि ये डिजीज़ जब मैं बच्चा हुआ था, कल एग्जांपल दी थी, कुछ 6-7 साल का था, उस ज़माने में हुआ था। तो प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर वजीह रिजवाना बताएं, क्या इस तरह के बच्चों के अंदर कैसे प्रोटेक्शन किया जा सकता है?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
थैंक यू
सर
सर।
अनडाउटेडली मैं भी मैडम की ये बात सुन रही थी एंड आई हैव आल्सो मैनेज्ड पेशेंट्स एट चिल्ड्रन हॉस्पिटल लाहौर हु आर ऑफ 6 to 7 years ऑफ एज, जिनमें ये बड़ी एक्सक्रूशिएटिंग सी पेन जो है होती है। मैडम ने एक बात भी की थी गाइडलाइंस डेवलपमेंट के बारे में, तो सर आई वुड जस्ट लाइक टू ऐड के फ्रॉम चिल्ड्रन हॉस्पिटल लाहौर with the help of PP and APNA, we are launching Pakistan's first national गाइडलाइंस। सर गाइडलाइंस हम सोचते हैं कि ऐसी होती हैं पाकिस्तान में कि 4 बंदे बैठ के, जो कि बहुत सीनियर प्रोफेसर हैं, उन्होंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि ये ऐसा है तो ये ऐसा होगा। बट ओवरऑल वर्ल्ड वाइड गाइडलाइंस आर नॉट मेड लाइक दिस, दे आर बेस्ड ऑन प्रॉपर सिस्टमैटिक रिव्यूज, then grading of that evidence through evidence to grading tables or entering the data in the Grade Pro app. सर मैं इन शॉर्ट में ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि ये जो आपने बात कही कि हम बच्चों को कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, इसके ऊपर हमें नेशनल गाइडलाइंस ही लेके आनी चाहिए पीपीए की कोलैबोरेशन के साथ, आपके साथ, और ये मैडम से भी हम रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे। और हम जितना एविडेंस अवेलेबल है उसमें स्पेशल सर्कमस्टेंसेस, जैसे कि मैं देख रही थी कि जनरली 50 years से अबव, लेकिन 18 years से अबव वो कहते हैं कि इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज में, तो वी कैन ऑल्सो लुक एट द डेटा, सिस्टमैटिक रिव्यूज अवेलेबल or worldwide guidelines, and then come up with Pakistan national guidelines ke what are the condition in which the children could be vaccinated and they could be prevented against shingles. Thank you sir, thank you.
अच्छा, मैं डॉक्टर उस्मा, मैं डॉक्टर वजिया के यहाँ मौजूदगी में आपसे एक सवाल पूछूंगा कि जैसे हमारा ईपीआई के अंदर एक आपने कल कहा था देयर शुड बी ए प्रोटेक्टिव शीट फॉर द चिल्ड्रन, हम तो अपना वक्त गुजार चुके हैं आने वाली नस्ल के लिए। क्या अगर मैं एक सवाल ये पूछूंगा, क्या अगर इसको ईपीआई में शामिल किया जाए तो आपका क्या क्या ख्याल है कि ये उस शील्ड को कंप्लीट करती है?
सर सबसे पहले तो ये कि देखें किसी भी ड्रग के, वैक्सीन के एक पर्टिकुलर एज ग्रुप में इंडिकेशन के लिए वी नीड टू हैव स्टडीज। तो
हाँ, उसका
विदाउट
डेटा स्टडी
स्टडीज द
जैसे,
डेटा,
जी बिल्कुल
जैसे
डॉक्टर जी ने
देखें
कहा, ठीक है।
हमने बिल्कुल जैसे हमने जैसे जब तक इसका डेटा नहीं होगा, स्टडीज नहीं होंगी, तो वही हाल होगा जो कोविड में हुआ था हमारा, कि अनट्रायल्ड वैक्सीन यूज हो रही हैं और बाद में हम ब्लेम कर रहे हैं कि उससे हमें ये हो गया, वो हो गया, थ्रोम्बोसाइटोपिनिया हो गया, स्किन प्रॉब्लम्स हो गए, मुझे तो
मायोकार्डाइटिस हो गया।
मायोकार्डाइटिस, एलपी हो गया। लेकिन प्लेनेस मेरे पास पेशेंट आए कंप्लेंट लेके कि जब से कोविड लगाई एलपी। तो सर यू नो द डे वट एवर गाइडलाइंस आर मेड दे शुड बी बैक्ड अप। तो ये एथिकल है बहुत ज्यादा किसी भी मेडिसिन के लिए, बीट वैक्सीन तो बहुत ही बड़ी बात है। मैं तो कहती हूँ कोई भी दवाई के लिए बहुत ही एथिकल प्रैक्टिस होती है कि हम गाइडलाइंस के साथ करें। उसकी एफडीए अप्रूवल क्या कहती है, सीडीसी, डब्ल्यूएचओ, एफडीए, एसिप, जो अडल्ट कमेटी ऑन इम्यूनाइजेशन एंड प्रिवेंशन है, उसने इस वैक्सीन को रिकमेंड किया है 50+ ऑल एंड
वाह।
18+ इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड। अगर डेटा आता है इससे छोटी पॉपुलेशन के लिए, देन डेफिनेटली व्हाई नॉट द यंगर पॉपुलेशन विल आल्सो बेनिफिट, बिकॉज हम तो सबसे ज्यादा सफर करते हैं उन बच्चों को ट्रीट करने के अंदर, हम उन्हें बचाना चाहते हैं। बट unless the data is out there, we cannot recommend this vaccine for children under 18 because अभी तक डेटा नहीं आया हमारे पास। अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे मुल्क में बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रोडक्ट्स अदर देन वैक्सीन्स यूज हो रही हैं जिनका कोई साइड इफेक्ट है which is very desirable, and people are using those products without being having the recommendations from FDA, and हमें नहीं पता कि लॉन्ग टर्म में जाके उसके क्या साइड इफेक्ट्स होंगे। आई थिंक थैलिडोमाइड का केस एक बहुत प्रोमिनेंट है, आप सब जानते होंगे, जो 50s में हुआ, व्हेन इट वाज दिस ड्रग वाज यूज्ड एज एन, इसके साइड ये देखा गया कि इट वर्क्स वेल एज एन एंटी इमेटिक, थैलिडोमाइड, राइट। उसका उस टाइम बगैर रिसर्च, बगैर स्टडीज करे, दिस ड्रग वाज गिवन टू फीमेल्स, प्रेग्नेंट
वेरी वेरी
फीमेल्स।
वेरी वेरी बैड, वेरी सैड। हाँ,
वेरी सैड इजंट
वेरी
इट।
सैड।
सो वो कितना बड़ा लॉ सूट बना था सर। तो ऑथेंटिक और अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस एंड विदाउट गाइडलाइन सपोर्टेड चीजें, आई थिंक वी कैन नॉट रिकमेंड एट दिस स्टेज। थैंक
डॉक्टर अल्ताफ चीमा साहब भी हमारे पास बैठे हैं, माशाल्लाह
यू
ये
सर,
काफी सारे काम
जबरदस्त।
करते रहते हैं।
यस
अल्ताफ चीमा
सर से।
साहब, आपकी क्या राय है? अल्ताफ चीमा साहब। अ, जी हिना, जी हिना।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी, मैंने सुनी है, बहुत यूज़फुल कन्वर्सेशन थी, टॉक थी। 2 बातें, वी सॉ व्हाट हैपेंड टू सर्विकल कैंसर वैक्सीन। उसका इनिशियली एंडोर्समेंट भी थी, देयर वाज़ अ ह्यूज हाइप एंड देन वी वेंट डाउन वेरी स्टीपली। आई थिंक जब तक वही बात आती है, जिस केडर ने, जिस डॉक्टर ने कम्युनिटी में बैठ के डॉक्टर पॉपुलेशन को एक्सप्लेन करना है ये है क्या, और एक्सप्लेनेशन एक दफा नहीं होती, वो रीआइटरेट भी होती है, पेशेंट एजुकेशन, सो दैट इज ग्रॉसली मिसिंग। तो इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ अ रोबस्ट प्राइमरी केयर विद क्वालिफाइड एंड ट्रेन्ड प्राइमरी केयर फिजिशियन, मुझे लगता है वील प्रोबेबली गो राउंड एंड राउंड इन सर्कल्स। तो अगर उसको भी कोई वो
एड्रेस
कर
कर
दिया
लें।
जाए,
जी
एड्रेस किया
बिल्कुल,
जाए जी, ह्यूज।
पब्लिक के अंदर अवेयरनेस
दूसरा,
क्रिएट, जी जी बिल्कुल।
बिल्कुल सर, दूसरा, cost of the vaccination, the cost attached to the vaccination, that's a huge factor. Um, affordability, is that possible? I mean, looking at the current economic status, तो कुछ ग्राउंड रियलिटीज हैं, उनको एड्रेस किए बगैर मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही कि आगे कैसे जाएं। हमारी ख्वाहिशात बहुत अच्छी हैं, हमारी इंटेंशंस बहुत अच्छी हैं, बट आउटकम्स जो हैं वो अचीव करने के लिए देयर इज सर्टेन एफर्ट व्हिच इज रिक्वायर्ड, और मुझे लग रहा है कि वो बहुत सी
यही
जगहों पे
कल
वो
डॉक्टर
मिसिंग
हिना,
है।
यही कल पॉइंट भी डिस्कस हुआ था, और मेरा ख्याल है कि इस चीज़ के बगैर जब तक ग्राउंड तैयार ना हो उस वक्त तक बीज भी बोया जाए तो फसल तैयार नहीं होती। और उसकी
जी
नाकामी भी ह्यूमन पेपिलोमा वायरस वैक्सीन की इसी वजह से हुई। एक कल भी चीज़ों को डिस्कस किया गया, और उसमें एक
अच्छा
बड़ी अहम बात, जो हम वेबिनार करते हैं डिफरेंट कोलैबोरेशन से, उसकी वजह ये है कि ये फिर वेबिनार लोग सुनेंगे, एक अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना। पहला तो मकसद ये है कि अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करना और फिर ग्राउंड को प्रिपेयर करना। और फिर अफोर्डेबिलिटी इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, कि क्या इतनी 3300 इसकी फीस है, कितनी इसकी मैडम कॉस्ट है?
देखिए, इसकी जो रिटेल प्राइस है दैट इज वेरी हाई। 1 डोज इज 45K, 2 डोज इज 90K, बट जो
हमने
हॉस्पिटल को, जी,
जी
डॉक्टर्स को जो क्लिनिक पर होती है या हॉस्पिटल्स के अंदर होती है अवेलेबल, जैसे आगा खान सबसे बड़ा प्रिस्क्राइबर है, शिफा इंटरनेशनल सबसे बड़ा है, तो उनको कॉस्ट लैंड करती है 35K पे। और अब ये उनके ऊपर है कि वो कितना बेनिफिट इस डिस्काउंट का अपने पेशेंट्स को ट्रांसफर करते हैं। सो दिस इज व्हाट इट इज। प्राइस के ऊपर, यस डॉक्टर हिना, आई एम रियली थैंकफुल फॉर योर काइंड इनपुट, एंड yes, you're absolutely right. Anything wishes or horses, beggars might ride them, sort of a thing. So बहुत रोबस्ट एक प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए होता है किसी भी चीज़ की अवेयरनेस के लिए। जी, आपने एचपीवी की बात की। हमारा अगर डायरेक्शन सही हो, पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट सेक्टर मिलके अडल्ट हेल्थ के ऊपर, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ के ऊपर, और जो डिजीज का बर्डन इंक्रीज होता है आफ्टर हैविंग शिंगल्स या वाइसा वर्सा, हमने इतनी सारी कोमॉर्बिडिटीज अभी देखी। अगर वो जैसे मैंने एएफआईसी इस्लामाबाद में टॉक दी थी पिंडी में, वहां पर भी यही हुआ था कि व्हेन द पेशेंट इज गोइंग बैक इनटू दैट, और चाहे वो खर्चा अस्पताल कर रहा है, सेहत सहूलत कार्ड से हो रहा है, पेशेंट की पॉकेट से हो रहा है, बट देर इज अ बर्डन। वो जो बर्डन हम पे पड़ता है, तो वी काउंट वन टाइम ऑफ प्राइस ऑफ द वैक्सीन, जिसको अगर 11 ईयर्स की इम्यूनिटी का डेटा मैंने आपसे शेयर किया, इफ यू कैलकुलेट दैट कि 11 ईयर्स तक अगर आपको प्रोटेक्ट रखेगा ये, तो एक तो आपकी जो एंटीवायरल थेरेपी है विच कैन गो फ्रॉम 10 days to 3 months, ए बी जो पीएचएन की थेरेपी है दैट कैन गो एनी टाइम फ्रॉम 3 months to 10 years, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इंपैक्ट हो सकती है, और अंडरलाइंग डिजीज के रिवर्स होने के चांसेस, उसको फिर मैनेज करने के चांसेस, और उस पर जो खर्चा है उसका इकोनॉमिक बर्डन कॉस्ट लगाई जाए, तो इसकी कॉस्ट वैक्सीन की 681 रुपीज पर मंथ आती है सिर्फ। सो
कॉस्ट बेनिफिट के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो उसको
वैल्यू,
बिल्कुल,
तो कॉस्ट बेनिफिट देखा जाए, ये है वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन के।
यही तो
ये,
आपने और हमने मिलके इसकी अवेयरनेस
यस,
क्रिएट करनी है, बच्चों में भी,
डेफिनेटली
बड़ों
सर,
में भी,
बिल्कुल।
और उसके अंदर भी। जी डॉक्टर मसूद शेख साहब, आपने कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं डॉक्टर
जी जी
मसूद?
प्लीज
जी,
सर।
मैं ये दो तीन चीजें जो मुझे लगा इसमें, जैसे मैडम ने ये कहा कि एवरी थर्ड पर्सन इज हैविंग शिंगल्स, तो ये तो प्रोपोर्शन तकरीबन 33% आता। दूसरे नंबर पे इन्होंने कहा कि जी वो जो है, पेन की जो इंटेंसिटी है वो लेबर पेन से भी ज्यादा
लेबर
होती है।
पेन से
हमें
ज्यादा
तो,
होती है।
हाँ जी, हमें तो यही बताया गया कि एमआई और लेबर पेन से ज्यादा इस दुनिया में कोई नहीं है, अगर जिसमें भी पेन होता है। और ये जरा दो क्लियर कीजिएगा कि डाटा हमें सपोर्ट कर रहा है कि 33% इसकी है, इंसिडेंस है इसका।
जी सर, डेटा पाकिस्तान में, जैसे मैंने स्टार्टिंग में, थैंक यू सो मच फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, truly honored to have you in the session today. Yes, the whatever is presented today, it is data supported by data. Data is not of Pakistan because पाकिस्तान में cases are underreported. अगर इस वक्त आप सिविल हॉस्पिटल कराची की डर्मेटोलॉजी ओपीडी की बात करें और वहां से आपको कहा जाए लिशमेनियासिस का डेटा, वो नहीं मिलता, जो कि रिपोर्टेबल
मिलेगा।
जी नहीं मिलेगा सर। आपको कंडाइलोमेटा
टाइफाइड का डाटा नहीं मिलेगा, मेनिंजाइटिस का डाटा नहीं
नहीं
मिलेगा
मिलता।
हमारे
तो
पास।
सर पाकिस्तान में डेटा नहीं मिलता, ये डेटा बाहर का डेटा है सारा, क्योंकि वहां डेटा कलेक्शन है। और चाइना का डेटा इसमें शामिल है, यूएस का, कनाडा का, जर्मनी का, और जहां जहां 18 कंट्रीज में स्टडीज हुई है ये है। एंड वेयर आर यू लोकेटेड सर इन पाकिस्तान, इफ आई मे आस्क?
लाहौर। लाहौर।
लाहौर। आई एम इन लाहौर राइट नाउ, आई एम इन योर
डॉक्टर
सिटी।
मसूद शेख इन इंदौर।
Lovely. So inshallah next time whenever, अभी तो मैं आज चली जाऊंगी वापस, I'll be meeting with you in person and then definitely will be sharing this data with you. पहला आपका ये labor pain, that is also supported by the data. उसका भी data है, pain scale का and everything का। I was also shocked for the first time जब मैंने डेटा देखा था। I was also shocked to see that because being a woman I've been through labor pain। and एक और मजे की बात मैं आपको बताऊं कि मुझे शिंगल्स हो चुकी है खुद। पहली दफा मुझे हुई थी 23 इयर्स की एज में, व्हेन आई बिकेम अ मदर एंड आई वाज फाइनली स्टूडेंट एट दैट टाइम। मेरी बच्ची 3 महीने की थी सिर्फ, एंड मुझे ब्रेकियल प्लेक्सिस पर यहाँ हुई। आई कुडंट डायग्नोज इट माई सेल्फ, आई हैड टू गो टू मेरे स्किन एंड हाइजीन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेल्थ, जो पाकिस्तान सबसे, जिसको चमड़ा अस्पताल कहते हैं, कराची का मशहूर। वहां मैं गई, वहां मेरे प्रोफेसर थे मंजूर हालेपोटा। उन्होंने कहा बेटा आप को तो शिंगल्स हो गई है, और उन्होंने मेरी एंटीवायरल्स ओरल स्टार्ट कर दी। बहुत स्ट्रेस था एग्जाम्स का, पोस्टपार्टम डिप्रेशन, पोस्टपार्टम, तो इम्यून सिस्टम बिल्कुल डिक्लाइन में गया हुआ था। सो बच्ची को मैंने अपनी आके चिकन पॉक्स दे दी घर पे, और मैं सफर की स्पेन के साथ। सो दिस इज हाउ इट गोज। मैंने वैक्सीनेट करा लिया है। ये सवाल भी आ सकता था कि तो मैंने वो पेन भी बेयर किया है, लेबर पेन भी।
आपको एहसास हुआ होगा।
मुझे
यू कैन
सर
गिव ए वेरी
एहसास हुआ है कि किस तरह,
ब्यूटीफुल कंपैरिजन।
या सो मैं वो एक स्पेसिमेन हूँ जिसने ये एक्सपेरिमेंट एक्सपीरियंस लाइफ में डिजीज भी की है, जो लेबर पेन से भी गो थ्रू हुई है, और जिसने शिंगल्स भी जिसको हुई है। तो जब ये आई मैंने अपने आप को लगा ली, क्योंकि ये आया सवाल जो आ सकता है मे बी ऑडियंस से, लेकिन मैं खुद ही इसको पुट अप करती हूँ कि जिसको एक बार हो जाती है तो उसके अंदर तो खुद एंटीबॉडीज बन जाएंगी, उसे क्या जरूरत है वैक्सीन लगाने की। लेकिन हमारी विद एज अपनी जो सेल मीडिएटेड इम्यूनिटी होती है डिक्लाइंस, इट डज नॉट लास्ट फॉर दैट लॉन्ग। जब भी तो हमारे जो बच्चों के अंदर चिकन पॉक्स की वैक्सीन लग रही है, उसके बावजूद उनको सब क्लिनिकल चिकन पॉक्स हो रही है।
हो जाता।
सो आई होप सर आई आंसर
प्रोफेसर
योर
शैला
क्वेश्चन।
क्या नहीं, प्रोफेसर
डॉक्टर
शैला,
Yes,
शैला,
thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
प्रोफेसर शैला बकाई। जी
अस्सलाम
मैडम।
वालेकुम सर।
थैंक यू जी मैडम।
बस
पहले
मैं
तो
ये
शुक्रिया
कहना
आपका
चाह रही थी
आने
कि
का।
ये
जी
थैंक यू सो मच। मैं ये कहना चाह रही थी कि दिस इज नॉट सेफ इन प्रेगनेंसी एंड वी शुड नॉट इवन गिव इट एज एन इलेक्टिव वैक्सीन ड्यूरिंग ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग ऑल्सो। लेकिन अगर किसी को लग जाए इनएडवर्टेंटली तो डाटा भी प्रेगनेंसी टर्मिनेशन को सपोर्ट नहीं करता। नंबर 2 मेरा ये कहने का है कि देखिए ये यूजुअली इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज अबव 18 एंड अबव 50 दी जाती है बिकॉज एपिसोड ऑफ शिंगल्स डज नॉट प्रोवाइड यू लाइफ टाइम इम्यूनिटी। और इसी तरह भी डाटा हमारे पास सफिशिएंट नहीं है कि द 2 doses of vaccination is going to afford lifetime immunity, but the protection remains high for the next 9 to 10 years or so. Uzma will bear me out, उसको ज़्यादा पता होगा। और जो डाटा ग्लोबल डाटा अवेलेबल है कि अबव 50 दे से 6 to 12 केसेस पर 1000। तो अभी पाकिस्तानी में तो कोई एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल डाटा है नहीं जो सपोर्ट करे हमें, बट स्टिल वी नीड टू कलेक्ट इट, को डिजीज रजिस्ट्री बनाए, बेशक वो कराची का स्किन हॉस्पिटल हो या मेजर हॉस्पिटल्स।
यही तो मैडम सितम है कि हमारे पास डाटा नहीं है। यही तो हमारा कैंसर रजिस्ट्री का डाटा नहीं है, तो हम और किस तरफ जाएं। बहरहाल वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट इंशाल्लाह। हमारी चीखो पुकार कभी तो हमारी अवेयरनेस क्रिएट होगी डाटा के लिए। अल्ताफ चीमा साहब।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच बुखारी साहब और मैडम। हमारी मैडम से तो कल परसों भी हुई थी एक मीटिंग में, ये इसी पे डिस्कशन होती रही। एक्चुअली ये बात हो रही थी कि सेवेरिटी ऑफ पेन, लेबर पेन की बात हो रही थी। इसमें सबसे जो प्रॉब्लम है कि लेबर पेन की तो जस्ट फॉर अ फ्यू मिनट्स और फ्यू आवर्स होगी, लेकिन इसकी पेन जो है ये तो कई महीने कई साल
लंबी है।
लंबी रहती है। दैट इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम। अब एक मेरे पेशेंट थे, उसको ये जनवरी फरवरी में हुआ, कुछ 6 महीने बाद अब उसकी अभी तक वो दवाई ले रहा है। उनको
और पोस्ट हेपेटिक न्यूरैल्जिया,
पोस्ट हेपेटिक न्यूरैल्जिया जो है वो अभी तक, उसमें कई महीने कई साल मैंने ऐसे पेशेंट देखे हैं कि जिनको कई कई साल दर्द नहीं गई। तो दैट इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम। अगर दर्द ज्यादा उसकी शिद्दत है, वो थोड़ी देर के लिए है, तो फिर तो चलो बंदा बर्दाश्त कर लेता है, लेकिन इसमें तो इट्स लास्ट फॉर फ्यू इयर्स। मैंने कई पेशेंट देखे हैं जिनमें कई कई साल नहीं दर्द रही जाती रही।
थैंक यू सो मच जी। if any person, any other question, otherwise Professor Salma Kundi, over to you to conclude today's session.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mulazim Saab, and thank you so very much, Uzma Pirzada Saiba. It was a lovely session.
Am
We
I
learned
audible
such
right
new
now?
things, and it was well
Ji, you
presented.
want-
Hello.
जी
Am I-
Akra, Sama,
Yeah,
Can you
am I-
hear me?
Am I audible?
yes, you want to ask the question?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, is it a recorded session? Will be available in the future purpose? Or is it so? Which kind of platform will be available so that for the future reference purpose as well?
I think it's being recorded.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
well be.
it's being recorded, also being, I think, live streamed in the any kind of social media channel or platform. So what kind of platform is being available right now for the future reference purpose, so that I can be available? All the presentations have been shared in this meeting so far from the very beginning part will be available for the future purpose as well. Is it any kind of platform like social media, Facebook, YouTube, or else platform?
Are you
Women
to this
Medical-
webinar?
The webinar.
Yeah,
The
of course.
webinar is
Yeah, right.
circulated on the Facebook and on different social media.
On social
Whenever
media.
we have a webinar, 2 days before we
So I
start
think,
circulating it.
I think also it's also
Is it
being
about this, or
live-
you're talking about the data
I think-
collection?
Yeah, I think also it's also being live streamed in the YouTube as well, or in all the social media like Facebook or any kind of social media
Yeah,
channel as
it is there, but we only upload on the YouTube.
Yeah,
We will upload
it
this
on
on
the
the YouTube, but we do give an ad about the webinar, which is going to be held on all the social media platforms.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
So let
Can
me-
I proceed?
Let me know the name of the YouTube channel so that I can find it in the easiest way.
Women,
It is in the name of
Medical
Professor Mulazim Bukhari.
Psychology.
Yes.
The name of channel is Professor Mulazim Bukhari channel.
And Women Medical College
Yes.
channel. Both are the channels.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know that. Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry for that interruption. I was Uzma. It was
Yes,
a lovely
Professor.
session.
Thank you,
And
madam.
we'd
Truly honored.
like to have you again over here. The only thing is, Uzma, you mentioned there is no name for it in any regional language. Let me correct you. In Pashto, we call it Spune. Okay?
Very good to know.
Shingle was called Spune
What
in
is the
Pashto.
name? What is the name, madam, in
And,
Pashto?
I learned from you, ma'am,
Spune.
today. Spone. Okay.
And we
Okay,
learned
okay,
such a lot from you. Now the thing is that it's something very serious, and I don't have the data on it as the typical Pakistani style, but the few patients I've seen around me who got shingles at late age, over 60, somehow after a few months they developed CA breasts. I don't know what it has to do with it. It was under the breast in a line, and then they developed CA breast. So do you have any data on that, its association with cancer?
Ma'am, the data, yeah, definitely.
The association of shingles.
Association, I'll look into it, and if there is a data available, authentic data, credible, published, I'm definitely going to share it with you, because my next step is to meet up with you. That will be an honor. So definitely, I'll be coming to you with the answer to that. Definitely. If there is data available,
Thank you
very
so much,
good and apt.
Uzma.
Yeah.
Professor
And
Salma,
it was
yesterday
such
we
a
also
good
discussed.
webinar today because we had Rajia, we had Hina, we had Rafiq Khanani Saab, and we had such great people, Altaf Chima Saab and all the
And
rest.
Professor Ali Tariq from Iraq. Professor Ali Tariq, Professor of Dermatology from Iraq, is also with us.
Welcome, Dr. Ali.
Welcome. Thank you for invitation. It is a great honor to be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same here, same here. Okay, then let's call it a day because it has been over an hour now. Ozma, have a nice flight. Go back to Karachi safely. Dr. Mulazim Saab, it's a pleasure meeting you on this webinar every week or every few weeks. And thank you to all the participants and have a very good weekend. Pakistan Zindabad. Allah
Thank you
Hafiz.
so much.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you
Allah
so
Hafiz.
much, man.
Allah
Thank you,
Hafiz.
everyone.
Amanillah.
Thank you. Thank you. Truly an honor. Allah Hafiz.